Hello, everyone. This is Karen Scott, God's child, and we all God's child. Hope everyone is having a marvelous and beautiful day. And today, I want to talk about my journey this year and the things that I had to work on to release my pains and my darkness. Many people look at us on these videos and they only see the outer us, they don't see the inner us. They don't see the behind the scenes work that we're doing to better ourselves. And a piece of that work was me tapping into my inner child. And the way I was able to do that was through meditations. And in these meditations, I asked the universe, I asked the Almighty God to show me what is it in me that I need to release. Show me the way. And I had to tap into my heart chakra because, like I said, in 2015, my mom died. And I fell into darkness and depression. But using these tools of meditation and being in groups, collective soul groups, where people give you, knowledge on how to work on things. They support you in your weak moments. They support you in your strong moments. And that was when my dad left home, or rather, my mother had to remove him from the home because my dad was toxic. He had addictions, and those addictions led him to be toxic. And that energy and frequencies was not good for our home. It wasn't good for us. But when you're a child, sometimes you don't fully understand the dynamics of that, And then we go through sometimes a little piece of resentment for the parent who had to make that choice to make a better environment for themselves as well as, their children. But in this journey of tapping into that, was it easy? No way. It wasn't easy. It's like breathing air through a straw, but I had the ability to do it. And I'm using the positive tools of tapping into that. And during my meditations on this journey, one day it said, you always tap into the darkness of your father, the negatives of him. You've never tapped into the light of him, the good qualities, the positive qualities. Wow. And then when I started thinking back in my life and started realizing he did have good qualities. He worked for the city of New York. He was a journeyman. He was an electrician. He had electrician under his belt, plumbing, all those type of skills. And he showed us that skills. He was deep into education. He pushed that in me. He nurtured that in me. Education, knowledge. Go find out things for yourself. Never just accept anyone's answer or as valid. You take it, you weigh it out, and then you come up with your own choice of what you want to believe, right? So I really had to tap into that, like my childhood drama, the childhood trauma. And it definitely was trauma because growing up, it affected my choices. It affected how I dealt with relationships, whether it be a relationship at work, maybe sometimes a relationship with friends, maybe sometimes a relationship with neighbors, a relationship with just anything in my life. How I made those decisions that affected me. And when I started flipping the hourglass of that trauma and no longer looking at all the negative aspects of him and start looking at the positive aspects of him and realizing that my dad was a human being like I'm a human being, and I come with a lot of flaws. you know, and I'm blessed. I'm blessed because God never kept his hand off me. I'm blessed because even in my journey of darkness, I never fully bowed to the devil. He may have dropped one knee on me, but I never bowed both knees to him. And in this journey now of whatever anyone wants to call it, the Great Awakening, good versus evil, political battle, I call it the Great Awakening because my mind and my heart chakras have opened up a tremendous deal. And I said, well, maybe his mission was only to be the seed bearer. Maybe that was his only mission, to help assist with bringing me into this world. Maybe he didn't have, that strength to hold on to God. Maybe he didn't have the parents that he wanted. Maybe his parents inflicted the same traumas on him that I felt he inflicted on me. And when I started flipping that hourglass, and now when I think of him, I don't think of the negative him, because I realize he's a child of God like I'm a child of God. And he lived in a lot of purgatory. So as I released that, my heart started opening up more. And I no longer wake up like, oh God, what challenges I have to face today. I wake up with, oh God, today is amazing